Joining me now, Virginia Democratic Congressman Eugene Vindman, a member of the House Armed Services Committee. I thank you for being on the program. What do you think should happen now with these messages? And do you think that what was argued today, well, they're classified, they said that they weren't classified. That was their argument. So does that argue for their release?
Look, Chris, operational security is a basic but critical function. And here we're talking about the senior-most officials. This is a principals committee meeting, which I sat in on at the White House National Security Council during the first Trump administration. The most secret, the most sensitive information, extremely damaging to U.S. national security is discussed, and decisions, life and death decisions, are made at these types of meetings. And this was held on a civilian system that absolutely should never have even come close to a principals committee meeting. I'm calling for the release of the information on the Signal chat. There is no way. I served 25 years in the Army. I served at the White House. There is no way, when you're talking about targeting data, inbound systems, American aircraft that are going to be conducting an attack, that there are people at the end of these operations, that this information was not secret or top secret. That's just not possible. So that's I don't believe that. But if we take what the administration is saying as true, then release it. The president has previously released this type of information in the past. He has an opportunity to be transparent with the American people. Be transparent, release the information, and then we can see what's true, what's not.
Well, Tim Miller of The Bulwark literally just asked Atlantic editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg about whether he will release the texts. Here's what he said.
My obligation, I feel, is to the idea that we take national security information seriously. And maybe in the coming days I'll be able to let you know that, okay, I have a plan to have this material vetted publicly. But I'm not going to say that now, because there's a lot of conversations that have to happen about that.
Yeah, I'm curious about what you think the conversation should be, what you think about his national security concerns, and how you weigh whether these texts should be released.
Look, these are valid concerns. I believe that these are highly classified conversations, that certainly the war plans, I can imagine what these documents are, having seen what they look like at the National Security Council. They're operational plans, and that they are classified. The administration is saying they're not classified in a really odd way. They're providing, frankly, top cover to Mr. Goldberg to release them. But the short answer is this. I and my colleague, Pat Ryan, another veteran, are calling for the release of these documents. One of the first things you do, and I've got experience from being a former judge advocate in the Army, investigating criminal and administrative actions, is you need to figure out what the extent of the spillage, the leak is in this case. And you do that by conducting a thorough investigation, which is what the Congress is intended to do. That's accountability. And figuring out, is this the only principals committee that was held on Signal? Was there a Russia principals committee? Was there another one? I mean, it's outrageous. It's basic operational security. It didn't happen in this case. American lives were put at risk, and I take this very seriously.
Senator Mark Warner, Senator Ron Wyden are both calling on Pete Hegseth and Mike Waltz to resign. Do you think they should?
Well, look, I would prefer to do the investigation ahead of time to figure out exactly what happened. This is something that requires a measured approach. I have serious concerns about what I've seen so far in the public realm. But, I've been trained, and certainly as a prosecutor, investigate first and then call for action second. That's where I stand right now.
Congressman Eugene Vindman, I hope we'll continue to have this conversation. It's an important one. I do appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much.